given to understand from government sources that oil tariffs and reciprocal tariffs will both get addressed via the deal, via the first tranche of the bilateral trade agreement that India and the United States are negotiating. We're given to also understand that teams from both the countries are engaged. Discussions are going on, and in fact, these discussions are going on virtually on a regular basis. Now, what is the understanding that the government of India has at the moment as far as this trade deal is concerned? Well, the fact that countries are not doing complete trade agreements with the United States, except for a few, maybe Malaysia and Cambodia, for instance, and that is essentially what the government of India is looking at. It is focusing on a package which can be arrived at, which addresses the concerns of both the sides. So market access related concerns that the United States has, and oil related concerns, all tariffs related to Russian oil, which have brought these tariffs that US has imposed on India to 50%. In fact, we are also given to understand from sources that the bilateral trade agreement will have multiple packages or tranches, and talks on all of those multiple tranches is happening simultaneously. The package 1 of this BTA is essentially what will be arrived at, which addresses India's concerns on reciprocal tariffs, is nearing closure, and it is in the final leg. The second part of the BTA, which will relate to larger trade concerns, that will take time. In fact, we are also given to understand that whenever an announcement of this bilateral trade agreement happens, it will happen on a mutually agreed upon date. However, that said, there cannot be a deadline to the FTA, is what sources have suggested. The fact that the final leg of the first tranche of the bilateral trade agreement is almost ready, and of course we could be looking at a deal happening, or at least the first tranche, the first package, soon.